Spartacus, House of Ashur Season 1 Episode 9 Review. A fast-paced political game. By author Denis Kimathi. In the season's penultimate episode, Spartacus, House of Ashur focuses on different games, those of the mind. The complicated nature of Roman politics, and politics in general, comes to the forefront as Gabinius tries to secure his future in the Senate and Rome's halls of power, but unseen forces work to ensure he does succeed. Like Spartacus, Gabinius has been one of the minor characters whom one can't help but admire. He's smart, focused, and somehow decent. He can read people, their words, and their intentions long before they know it. Too bad that those instincts are way off in this episode, and he pays the ultimate price. Before the political machinations take center stage, the House of Ashur says goodbye to one of their best gladiator, Spartacus. His death in Spartacus, House of Ashur Season 1 Episode 8, was devastating, and the absence lingers in the episode as two people who held him close to their hearts deal with grief. I expected Spartacus' death to unite Achilles and Tarchon, but how stupid of me. I should have guessed that Tarchon would always be Tarchon, and even an event like this one could soften his heart. People who fail to grow give me the ick. Actually, that's an understatement because they annoy the living hell out of me. How can you keep doing the same thing repeatedly and expect different results? Isn't that the definition of being mad? Tarchon wants the title of champion but has shown no initiative towards addressing the shortcomings that keep him from it. He's short-tempered, emotional, and sloppy. These are qualities that any good opponent would be able to use against him. Spartacus, House of Ashur Season 1 Episode 9. Those Who Remain does a good job of addressing Achilles and Tarchon's never-ending conflict in the only way the show knows how to, a contest. With her spear, Achilles bests Tarchon and then some. She leaves him owing her one, and it's the kind of debt that means everything when someone saves your life. This brings me back to Tarchon's lack of growth, and how it could be the very thing that leads to his end. Like, if he had dropped the childishness when Spartacus asked him to, he wouldn't be facing death a few days after his father's. His position on the ground with Achilles' spear on his neck, with his fate resting on the hands of a bloodthirsty Roman, largely has to do with his actions. But with that debt, and working through his father's death, Tarchon's petulance might be over, and he's ready to enter adulthood. Perhaps this was a test, and he passed. The same cannot be said of Ashur, who once again does what Ashur does best. When I say there needs to be a rebellion, I don't see this to try to replay the arc from past installments of the saga. A rebellion is the only way justice can truly manifest. We've been preoccupied with the riveting events of the past several episodes that we have forgotten who Ashur is. This man would kill his own mother for power and money. He is as selfish as they come, and this episode presents a selfless challenge that Ashur fails spectacularly. With the power plays being made in Rome, Ashur is caught between different allegiances. Should he support Caesar and Crassus? Given that the latter is the reason he has all this, and stands to gain more with the new arena he's been promised, what if he supported Gabinius, who has proven to be a great mentor and friend, and who has a soft spot for Gabinius' daughter? Well, according to Ashur, that is an easy decision. Follow the money and power. To trust Ashur, Gabinius meets an unfortunate death, and Ashur escorts him to the shores of the afterlife to hide his involvement in this treacherous plan from Viridia. That's the most Ashur thing ever, and I pity Viridia if she marries him. Oh, what that poor girl has been through, losing everything she holds dear, a husband and a very good father. Gabinius' death leaves his family with nothing. Once again, a flaw in the patriarchy emerges. These women will remain with nothing now that the man is gone, and they have no one to protect them. Viridia will be forced to marry Ashur for her sake and her mother's. Oh, how the tides turn. Would Kosutia have believed anyone if they told her that her fate now rests in Ashur's hands? The Ashur that she used to deride so much? Insert the laugh-crying emoji here. I know most of you don't believe a rebellion is coming, and not only do I believe that it should, but this show will mean nothing without one. So, onward we march to the theory. I was convinced that Achilles would pull a Spartacus and train that spear towards Pompey, kickstarting the rebellion. However, it's not something that happens on a whim, but the resolution of Achilles and Tarchon's conflict is a great sign. Those Who Remain offers few clues about the potential for a rebellion, but maybe that's the goal? I must sound like investment bros who bought bad stock and can accept they lost their money. While not as riveting or as emotionally engaging as its predecessor, this episode is heavy on the larger story of ambition and coin. Everything moves fast, and it can be hard to keep track of who's who and what's going on. It's not one of my favorites, but at least we've made some headway on the Achilles and Tarchon thing. It was starting to get on my nerves. We are officially heading into the season finale, Spartacus, House of